And we now continue our bulletin with a closer look at how Vietnam's major cities are working toward a greener future. So Huyên, can you help me with the details?
Sure, Nam. Now, I would like to start with what Hanoi is actually doing in reality. The capital city aims for a 30.2% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions and 70% wastewater treatment coverage by 2030, guided by its Green Growth Action Plan. Now, key initiatives include expanding public transport via the Cát Linh, Hà Đông and Nhổn Hanoi station metro lines and restoring the Tô Lịch River, and 3 other inner-city waterways through 32 programs. And so far, Hanoi has furthered its sustainability efforts by signing an MOU with the UNDP, focusing on low-emission planning, waste management, climate resilience, and public sector innovation. Now, together, these actions show the city is moving decisively from a policy to practice in building a greener, more resilient urban future. Now, Hanoi is taking important steps towards a greener future with several notable examples leading the way. And let's take a closer look at one of them and explore what makes it stand out.
Quân Ngựa Sports Palace has been in use for 3 months and meets green building standards. It focuses on energy efficiency, resource conservation, and indoor comfort, while also protecting the environment with design features that reduce solar radiation.
This green building may look no different from a regular one, but inside, it is the result of careful planning and design.
The Quân Ngựa Sports Palace stands as Hanoi's only green building funded by public investment. Hanoi needs to expand its portfolio of sustainable projects beyond those driven by private investments. Yet, several challenges persist.
If the investor is determined to turn their project into green architecture, we always find a way to make it happen. Private companies need consistent regulations and guidelines, which remain unclear despite existing sustainability laws.
Hanoi has made significant progress in green buildings. However, a successful green project requires the involvement of experts who verify and assess its real environmental and social impact.
On average, green buildings can cut carbon dioxide emissions by 34%. If Hanoi can integrate more green buildings into its urban development, the result could be a significant reduction in environmental impact, paving the way for a more sustainable and resilient city.
And for further analysis, our reporter sat down with Olivier Jacques, PhD in architecture from McGill University, Canada. Now, Jacques shared his insights on making Hanoi greener, more coordinated, and more resilient, drawing on both local initiatives and global best practices.
Thank you, Mr. Olivier, for your time. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when we mention the efforts of Hanoi to become a green city?
Hanoi is putting a lot of energy at the moment on public transportations. So either the electric bus systems and the metro. Also a lot of energy put towards developing better public spaces. But also in terms of design, lighting, making sure that every park is safe, accessible, becomes part of the daily life of many people. In the last 5 to 10 years, there was a lot of effort put toward urban design.
So Hanoi has set an ambitious goal of having 12 to 14 square meters of green space per citizen. So what do you think of this ambition and what Hanoi should do to make this become a reality?
It's a very good way to start. The important thing is to make sure that it's not only a quantitative threshold. Every urban development should be synchronized. So in a technical level, it means that every infrastructure should connect, electricity, water, roads, but also it means that every level of government should synchronize to implement centralized visions. It connects the product, the planning, and also architects to the centralized vision. Hanoi wishes to ban every gas vehicles from the city center. This idea is a good idea. It's a green idea, but it becomes a sustainable idea only if it's implemented in parallel with an already efficient public transportation system. One idea is not isolated, but it becomes part of a larger vision or a larger system of development.
From what you have mentioned, what lessons should Hanoi learn from other cities in the world?
If you think about the truly green city, Amsterdam, Copenhagen, walkable infrastructure, dedicated cycling path on the street, transit parking areas so that people can commute from car to public transportations. And it also involves not having one center and a big periphery, but having many centers with multi-functions. It brings the offices, the commerce, and the housing in smaller clusters.
Thank you for your time.